Welcome, lovely people. I'm just setting up my system, so if you guys, and if anyone is even there, can hear me, can you please just chuck a yes in the chat so that I know that that at the very least is working? I'm just going to make sure that all of my settings on my computer are correct, as I normally do, before we start. And then we're going to go through everything that you can see is listed in the description, or rather the title, and hopefully is also now on the thumbnail, as long as it's saved correctly, which is we're going to have a look at the new Brainiac Patrol. And we're going to look at cross-faction grouping, and we're going to look at the Superboy ally. Now, luckily enough, my computer just froze. That is not the luckily enough part. Luckily enough, oh, there we go. Now it's okay. I have actually got the funds to be able to purchase the Superboy ally today. And that is because there was a discount last month for the marketplace cash for this particular game, so I snapped some up during that period of time. So I will actually be able to purchase him today and have a look. Unfortunately, I probably can't level him, so it would be nice, but I don't think that's something that's going to happen. Okay, there we go. I can see everything is live and running beautifully. I see no one in the chat, which is kind of to be expected. To be honest, I did. Oh no, Ray Sean is here. Hello, Ray Sean. Welcome and thank you for being here. This live stream is happening at not the most convenient time for most people who do watch my channel, unfortunately, just because I haven't been feeling the best. So I kind of had to prioritize what I should and shouldn't do this morning, and I was going to record a video for this, but I did not feel good. So I rested instead, and then I was able to jump over to doing a live today instead so that we can get through it nice and quick. Otherwise, I would be recording right now and have to edit it later, and then, I'll be even further behind than everybody else. And we all already know I'm kind of behind already, right? Everyone has addressed this already. So I'm very sorry, guys. It's been like a combination of having a really, really busy week and then also having just not the best feeling today. So I'm just going to try and bring up the chat on my phone rather than on the computer, even though I can see over there on the screen that there's a couple of people there. I can't see what you guys have said. So just bear with me a moment. And I do realize there is currently 2 of my character on the screen. That is because the very first thing we are going to check is going to be cross-faction grouping. So, oh, you can't tell. I will put the UI back on, but you will be able to tell that this is in fact a hero and a villain character that I have on the EU server. I have more than one account because I make way too many characters because I have just a slight addiction to doing that. Okay, a very big addiction to doing that. So that is why I have 2 characters on screen at the same time. I'm not doing anything untoward, but let's turn the UI on so that you guys are actually able to see what's going on there. Beautiful. There we go. UI, and then you'll be able to see she is in fact a villain just there. Rayshon says, Shadow, I have a new TV, Hisense 32 Full HD. Very nice. And Carlos said hi. Are you guys able to hear me? I will just turn up the audio on my phone briefly, so you'll probably hear myself echoing just so I can check if it's working.
Very nice.
Okay, yes. Oh, wow, there is quite a bit of a delay, isn't there? I mean, I knew it, but hearing it is a little different. Okay, so I have not tried the cross-faction grouping as yet at all. I've been doing everything solo. So the very first thing we're going to do is invite myself, since I'm standing right here. So I'm already friends with myself, Also, thank you very much for the yes in the chat, Rayshon. Now I know everyone can definitely hear me. And we're going to invite her to group and see if it works. Yep, I have a pop-up on my other screen for my PlayStation 4. Ooh, group alignment crossover. Keep your allies close and your enemies closer. I would really, I know that that's not a feat, but how cool would it be if we had feats for doing things as, cross-faction? I feel like they should put that in the game. That's kind of fun, right? But we can clearly see that it worked perfectly. We are both in the same group together. You can see that my character, who is a villain, has a V next to her name on the left-hand side there. Beautiful, makes it a lot easier. Obviously, I can't play both characters. I'm just one person. But at least we know cross-faction grouping works, and we do get a pop-up when we do it for the first time, so that's kind of cool. I did have a little bit of an investigation through the deeds section so that I could see if there had been any new feats added. Everywhere I looked, I couldn't see any cross grouping feats. I do think if it was something they were planning to do with this cross faction that they've introduced, that it would have been something they notified us of, because every time they add new feats to the game, we do get notified of that information. Whether it's a couple of days beforehand or not is another thing, but usually they do let us know about that. So at this stage, does not look like that is happening. All right, let's have a look at the patrol. I will probably have to kick myself out of my own group for it, but here is the event tab here. So the new patrol that we've got is the third one in line. It came just at the end of July there. And I have obviously done 3 days of progression on it, and I still cannot refresh it because it's got an hour and 30 to go. So we will buy it out. We will buy it out today, and we will have a look at the ally. But we'll just have a look at all of the missions we can do down on the right-hand side, see how many we can get in. I'm currently on the EU server because I just didn't want to risk, if we did a really long live stream or something, that it would end up going into shutdown. EU server doesn't have shutdown soon. It's just like 4 hours ago that it shut down. So I can keep going as long as I like. But it does mean there are definitely less players. So whether or not we'll get into the raids is, you know, an interesting thought or question, but we can always try. So we're going to start with the first one here, which is the open world in Bottled. So let's warp there and do their dailies. Oh, apparently not. Sometimes it has a bit of an attitude. What I'm going to do is I'm going to log off on my other character over there, because sometimes having both of my PlayStations running at the same time just makes it a little bit annoyed. It's not like I do it very frequently, but I wanted to make sure that I was able to show you the cross-faction grouping, which it entirely does work. The fact that I just got booted is probably something more to do with my setup rather than the actual game, but I guess we'll see. And I'll turn that entire console off and everything so that we have a little bit more luck. There we go. It is really odd seeing, because the style on my villain on that particular account looks identical to my hero on the US server. So it's a little weird seeing those two characters together, at least for me. I'm sure you guys are fine with it. There we go. So I did anticipate that I may not have a lot of people who would view during the live stream just because of the timing of it. So I assume that if people do want to watch it, will likely be a later thing in the day for them. But thank you to everyone who is here. That's so lovely of you. All right, let's collect our missions. So we've got the dailies over this side. We do have 3 other bosses, 2 bosses and 1, like the little creatures that we attack. So 1, 2, 3 that we could also collect. I have clearly already collected them on another occasion. It was before even this Brainiac event occurred, to be honest. I collect a lot of things and then don't complete them for some reason. Let's not ask about that, because I honestly can't tell you why. Oh, hell, my mum is here also. My mum is always here. Almost always here. There we go. Actually, thus far, always. Never mind. Take away the precursor there. All right, let's get this knocked out. So we're going to do the dailies first. I just realized the audio for my in-game is turned off, so I'm going to turn that back on to its normal level. I do have it set at a particular level for when I'm playing with you guys, and then I turn it all the way off when I'm not, because it allows me to keep my headset plugged in and not have the sound flow through it. So I do apologize. I probably should have checked that before I went live, but I've had a bit just of, you know, a weird day. It is really odd playing and chatting with you guys and not being able to hear it, so I'm glad we're doing that now. I've also just realized my generator definitely hasn't been recharged because I've got a grayed out or faded out upper device there, so that's probably something I should also do before we do any of the load-ins with other people. Oh, and let's have a look at the open world. How many people are here, whether we've got multiple maps. So, 4 people. So there's a high probability raids will not be happening. We'll have to see. But I'm sure that's something that we will likely do on Multiverses Live tomorrow. We have a tendency to run the newest event first and then go through a whole bunch of other ones as well. Usually the most recent, which is really fun for me because the 2 most recent raids are definitely my least favorite. But yeah, we will probably do those on Multiverses channel tomorrow, and that will be US service, so a lot more players will be on. I haven't put up the post yet, but it looks like for the poll for the live stream that we are doing on Saturday at midday, on the Xbox this one is, it looks like Running Raids has won, which is great. So we will be streaming that directly to Twitch first and then uploading it to YouTube after. So if anyone does want to join during that live stream, they will definitely need to be on Twitch at the time, but if you're just wanting to view after, it will definitely come up onto YouTube after that, and if you're not interested at all, just disregard everything I said. Alright, so I do realize also you guys won't see the progression bar go through, but I did want to run through the content that it is for the event, just so that you guys can see it, and also see it's relatively quick to do. I started up one end that you saw way down there and worked my way across the front, mostly just because it goes from one to the other pretty quickly across here, and most of the time I can get it done without a lot of other people interrupting me getting it done. And that goes for all servers, but I do think that the time of day that I play probably does contribute to that that, I do think when I'm on the US server, a good chunk of people are sleeping. So I have the benefit of not a lot of people being there. Mind you, you can group. We can now group with heroes and villains, apparently, to get it done. So that would be a good one to do. But I will say a lot of the time, even when this episode came out, people are running to get these, and trying to take them off each other really, really quickly, which I find funny, because honestly, if you guys just group together and then stay close when you do it, it counts for all of you, so why not do it that way? But yeah, people do tend to get quite competitive over those, which, to be honest, I just find mildly funny. There we go. Then I have, like, when this first dropped, I have a lot of accounts that I play on, so I'm wanting to run it on as many accounts as I want the Superboy ally on. So I did do the dailies for quite a few of them, and then I realized that there's a duo as well. And now that we have the private match, right, I just private matched it and did it solo, which made it nice and quick and easy. But we'll see if we can get in with somebody today, so we play it properly and not, you know, my cheating way. And yeah, I don't know that I have, like, I don't remember whether the raids are ones where you specifically need a particular amount of people to get through them. I know that there are some where you need, I think it's 4 consoles or things activated at the same time, and in a couple of alerts, I think there's like 3 that need to be activated at the same time. So I don't specifically remember in these ones if that's the case, but I don't think so. So if we get a smaller group on that, it shouldn't matter too much, but we'll see how we go. There's a good chance we won't get into them, but we're going to try anyway, just so we can have a look at the event. I will say, it's a little bit nice going back to some episodes when they do these events, but I do find it interesting that they chose to do much more recent episodes for these events. Alright, so once those 3 dailies are completed, that would be a progression of 1 in the event tab over here. But obviously it won't progress for me, so that would be a progression of 1. Then we've also got the weeklies out here, which is the bosses. I've already collected on those 3 here, but we will head across and see if any are being attacked. I doubt it very much with the amount of people that we currently have in the open world, but we will have a look anyway. There's 2 relatively normal bosses, and then there's 1 that is like a giant colony that currently is not active. We would have a purple arrow on the map if it were. And I don't know that I can solo these without it being really long and boring for you guys. I'd have to switch to tank to be able to complete them. So one of the ones you can do is Brainiac sub-avatar, and you can collect the completion of that over here if you like once you have completed it. Makes it a little bit faster so you don't always have to go straight back to the beginning to be able to get it done. Then, of course, we have Arachno over here on the left. Just here. A lot of people... Oh, this one is being done. Beautiful. I was about to say a lot of people like to drag him across over onto the fountain because it stops the little healer bots from coming out, so you can knock him out a bit faster. But because it does glitch out sometime, and this happens on every single server as I've tested, he does sometimes... when you get his life down really low, suddenly reset and then appear back over where he started, which is way over there. So if that does happen, you have to start again, unfortunately. But for the majority of the time, he does tend to work when you put him over the top of the fountain and get through nice and quick. So let's just hope. Wait, I'm a hero. How come Superman over here is a villain? He's purple. Who made a Superman villain? It's not Ultraman. Interesting. Now, I don't think this is too big of a spoiler, so that one's completed. But how many people were, when watching the Superman movie, so this is a spoiler for the Superman movie, the new one, James Gunn, that one that just released. How many people were annoyed by the fact that they were calling so-and-so the Ultraman character instead of a Superman clone? Like, I did not like the fact that he was being called Ultraman, because for me that's not who he should be or who he is. So I was just a little bit frustrated by that fact. You can hear me rant about it on my other channel. Anything to do with the new Superman movie, I have done a bit of ranting. But most of it I really liked.
Brainiac won't gain any more ground.
But the fact that they called him Ultraman really rubbed me up the wrong way, because it just seemed like it was not true. Okay, so the last area I did pass it, that there will be a boss, is the convoy, not convoy, the colony area over here. I'm getting attacked, how rude. They do come, like, it's a periodic thing, so they come up every now and then rotate through, and there is a timer on it. It's pretty easy to do it by yourself, but if you're not a high damage output, so you're running like a healer or a tank or something like that, and your damage isn't really there, it might take you 2 shots. to get through it, but relatively speaking, it's not too difficult to get through. Most people, when they do come over here, they just start grouping together and everyone gets it done. I think the one place where I haven't seen a lot of grouping is actually the US server, which I find kind of funny, because there's more people there. You'd think it would increase the chances. Anyway, let's queue up for the duo, which is just down here on the right, third one down. We are a damage, and we'll tap into play. Oh, and we got in straight away. That's beautiful. So the last time that I did this, I queued up for it, didn't get in straight away. I went across to the on duty menu and I soloed it instead. Because it's older content now, it is a bit easy to get through. I do think it's really odd though that they chose these in particular. Oh my goodness, he looks so cool. It's Buzz.
Cadmus researchers are reporting security breaches, including multiple containment.
He looks great. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that they have chosen to do newer episodes rather than older ones for this. I mean, I'm not upset about it. I just found it an odd choice.
Captive here.
How do I change this over to all messages? Because currently it's on top.
I lost
all messages. Ah, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, now they changed order. The way the chat works is interesting.
Hang on, Superboy.
My mum was the one who noticed that I had missed a few people's messages when I'm live.
I'm gonna wreck you.
I hadn't missed them, they just hadn't come up. So when top messages is selected instead of all messages, they don't come up in the correct order, and some of them don't seem to come up at all, which is really odd. So, yeah, if I've ever missed your chat, guys, I really apologize. I never intended to. But, yeah, it's nice to see that there is a setting that kind of fixes that. I will say, more than just show me different messages, it, like, reorganized them into a different order. I will say this beam used to be really scary. It's, like, not that scary anymore. Okay, finding cover. Where's the little blue thing? I can't see. Well, I'm blue, so I must be standing on it. But there's usually a blue thing on the ground, isn't there? Maybe I'm remembering wrong. I don't think so, though.
I'm gonna wreck you!
Alright, let's summon Crypto and watch him do his extra hanging around. He should stay for a while. Oh, except we knocked him out. Never mind.
That was awful.
Yeah, I'm not...
Thanks.
It's interesting what they've done with the allies. We'll go through it when we get up to purchasing Superboy and have a look at what they've done, because there's good and bad to do with it, you know, as everything that they bring into the game, there's always good and bad, isn't there? So let's see how we go. Oh, Crypto is still with me. Look at that. He journeyed all the way over here with me. I think it's interesting too, because you can see how long it takes for Crypto to be here and disappear. The timer has definitely increased. It is very much fair enough though, because if they didn't increase the timer for something where we summon him and he stays around, that would be, you know, a little bit silly. We'd be summoning him every 2 seconds and keep him around kind of permanently. We don't need to be doing that. That's a little bit unfair. But yeah, I do kind of like how long they stay. It's like they actually are helping us for a little while instead of just jumping in and jumping out. It's nice to see characters we love, you know? And I think Crypto's adorable. There we go. So unfortunately, because I'm doing this live instead of creating a video, which is what I had originally intended, there's no future Laura today. You're gonna hear about that later, I'm sure. A lot of people apparently really like her. She's nice to you guys, that's why. She's not as nice to me. Up we go. Yay, it's opened. Sometimes we get the film clip for this and sometimes we don't. There we go. We're getting the clip this time. Yeah, I've noticed quite a few times I run in there and the clip does not pop for me and I just have to go and attack straight away. I'm not sure if that means one of us gets the clip and one of us doesn't or what, but it seems like it's random. And sometimes we both get the clip and sometimes we don't.
Of course. But the security
there he is, he's flying up! Is that because he's getting attacked? We don't know. We won't know till we're out of the cutscene.
You will stay while
I don't think so. My friend does not look like he's attacking.
Orders accepted.
That's correct. Orders were accepted. Good. Because now we're going to kick your butt. Yeah, no, he wasn't attacking. I like it later when we get over to Bizarro and we're able to see that, like, if one of us triggers the cutscene and the other one attacks, that's kind of cool. I like that. I don't know that's 100% fair, but I don't know that I care. I usually run over first and let the other person attack, because, you know, then they're happier. Come on, henchmen. I really hope they bring out some henchmen that still heal and look cool. Because the Envirotech guys don't look cool. They look just a lot lame. Very much lame. Oh, my mum said my character's wings are so pretty. Yes, they are. They are galaxy wings. I love them. I think it's funny that on one console I have like a purple dark villain looking character, and on here I'm like Galaxy Sparkle Fairy,
The
you know.
mind shape of the thing. It's upside down, backwards.
He's one of the toy
and
soldiers.
square.
Oh, I love this guy's styling. You're so cool. So cool,
familiar,
buddy.
In a very
I
bizarre
love it.
way.
Oh, so
Just
nice.
Call him your
All right,
enemy
I'll go
and
trigger
ask
it.
him
If he
wants to
stays
stay.
close, though, we might both get the cutscene. Don't stay close, dude. Let me trigger it. Then you can attack. There we
They've
go.
kept him in
Hopefully he
confinement,
can attack.
trying
Oh
to build
no.
exobite clones
We
from
were
him.
both
It
fast.
hasn't
We're
been
both in the
successful,
cutscene.
and he's miserable.
Doesn't he look so cool?
Bizarro, we will help you escape.
Oh, I wonder if he's got Woody as well.
Want to stay
So cool. So cool.
I
Puts
believe
my
I
Sparkle Fairy to shame.
miscommunicated.
It's zero effort. It's just, I like this, I like that. When people put effort into making an actual iconic character or recognizable character, they've put more effort in than I have. It's just true. At least with this character. I put effort into my iconic characters as well.
Let us help.
I had to do, because Multiverse is live tomorrow, is Justice League
Gang,
themed.
I don't think that's working.
I went with Wonder Woman for mine
Bizarro,
because
let's
I don't have the
hurt you.
pieces that I need
We
to do Hawk
can't
Girl, which is
show
what
you.
I would have preferred to do. I do have plans in the works at some point. Oh, what am I doing? I need to heal Bizarro, not attack it. But to create Hawk Girl at some point.
My
But I
access
can't
is
do it
secure
ready for
for
Multi's live stream because I don't have the mask that I need. But it would be cool. Apparently there's like a way to get the feet popping on this for the quick heal on Bizarro, where someone activates Bizarro and the other person waits at the back and then jumps in when they can and knocks them out really fast and then heals him really quickly as well using an uplink device. But I do think they may have fixed it. I only attempted it a couple of times with my best friends after, I think it was Obsidian Chill's video, let me know that that was the case. But yeah, after that, I haven't attempted it, so my guess would be that it no longer works. I don't know. And you certainly can't do it unless the other person knows what's happening. You need someone who has very high damage and high and fast damage output for it. To be able to get his life bar down quick enough to get the heals up quick enough as well.
Keep fighting.
We want to keep fighting too.
Yeah!
Not
we
tell you
we
about
we totally want to keep
Bizarro
fighting
World.
Bizarro. I feel bad for Bizarro. He just needs a pat and a
Here,
lolly.
backwards directions.
Yes. Hell. Goodbye. Bizarro World.
Okay, bye, dude. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Okay, so the
he
feet.
deserved better treatment. I'll be sure to give Cadmus a little talk about what constitutes ethical research.
Turn it way down. You can see I've done these feats on the other server or on a different
Data's
character.
my game, and right now, that jerk calculator.
Ooh, we
sending
need
me
clone
some
Zaro.
weird
Let's see if
sniping
he's
texts.
available over here
I
to
think
collect.
that means Brainiac.
Oh, I forgot to do a bow. Thank you, my dude. Awesome style. Love it. I have collected exclamations on this one, which is good, but we'll see if we can get that last robot. I usually just go over here. They're often in other locations also, but this is the one I know fastest. Boom! Feat completed. Where's Bizarro? Very nice. Now, there's a healing one, I do believe. Survive. Oh, it's weird how it goes on and off, like, as I tap down. Very odd. Oh, here it is. Oh, completely heal Bizarro within 50 seconds. So if you knock his health bar down during the cutscene with one of the players, and then get his health bar up super fast once the cutscene's over, that will get it for you really easily. Or it used to. I don't know if it still does. I was on Switch when I was attempting that, so let's hop out of there. Let's see. I really should warp home, shouldn't I? We should get my uplink device in use, because I'm just being detrimental to my team. We're not about that! Oh, but the colony has popped. I don't know if I should do it or not, because it's got 1 minute left. I think we'll avoid it, just because I'm by myself, and with only 1 minute, you're going to watch me get it, but not complete it. So that's just a boring watch. Let's get out of the combat area, and then warp home so I can activate my generator, and then we will queue up again. So let's warp. Still in combat area. It's fun. I can never tell, because sometimes you can be really close to an enemy, but they're inactive, so it doesn't count as being in a combat area, and then sometimes it seems like it doesn't matter where I stand, even if they're not close, I'm still in combat, so I don't know. Let's warp home to my Magic Manor, because I was really creative with my base name, okay? Sometimes I'm creative. Sometimes I do things the boring way. but my mana is magic, so at least it's honest. I love the piano sound. Beautiful. Hello, Crypto. Hello, Isis. Everybody is here. I'm just here for the generator. I'll come and pet you later. And we'll turn this on. Then we can queue up. Now, if we get in nice and quick to the others, that will be great. If we don't, we can just purchase Superboy and have a look at him together. So let's go to the event tab and see if we can get into the alert. Hall of Doom. We'll queue up for it. Now, if you queue up and you want to be able to go in nice and quick and you know you can do it by yourself, I usually stay queued up in that section. Hang on, what is that? Did I not say that I was ready? I am ready. Hang on, ready up. Maybe I didn't press that. But if you come over here and you want to adjust it so that you can private match it, if you just go over to the alert and find the right one, it should be in casual the way, I'm pretty sure they always do casual for that queue. Yeah. Every time they do an event, they do the casual version. So you could remove yourself from queue, redo it, and then go to private match and it'll do solo. I don't know if I can do that myself with this character. I don't remember if there's consoles to activate, but I suspect there are in that one. So we won't attempt that. But we'll queue up for a little bit, and then we'll head back to the House of Legends. Let's take it off private match, though. Is it on private match? Actually, I think it removes it from private match automatically if I'm not over here to press it. Yeah, so we'll do start queue, and we'll ready up. Head back to the House of Legends. Oh, it's always at the top. Why do I scroll? I don't know. My mum said I love it when you play the piano. I wasn't playing it this time, though. The game did it. I also love when I play the piano. But, I mean, my piano has been packed away for almost a year because there's not enough space in this house for me to be able to utilize it, which is very sad. It's very, very fun to play the piano. It's my favorite instrument to play, and I don't know. It's just peaceful and relaxing, you know? So not having it is a little bit sad. But hopefully at some point I will be able to have it. Man, my inventory is just... It gets messy so fast when we do event stuff, doesn't it? There we go. That too. Okay, beautiful. We'll spend our metal. We haven't got in, so we might purchase Superboy and have a look. So let's go to the event. We're going to... buy out, which is just down here. You'll be able to see that it was originally 5,000 of the marketplace cash, which I believe for the US is around about $50. For me, that is generally speaking more, but on this occasion it actually is just under $50 because I purchased the marketplace cash while the sale was happening for the PlayStation, so that's nice. But because I have run through it three times, it has gone down by 250 marketplace cash each time for that. So let's do the purchase if my cursor will move. Apparently it doesn't want to. Oh, there we go. Yes, confirm. Thank you, I will. Your order has been complete. Your item placed into your inventory. Okay, thank you. All right, so now that means in the event we're going to see that this patrol is completed. Lovely! So I can't run it anymore. And then over here on the campaign, number 3 is also complete along the top there as well. So that's good. Now I'm going to have to go and collect this ally on every character. We got a 20 pack of Mogo Berries. Thank you. I don't know why it just doesn't say 20. I'm kind of with Multiverse on that one. Let's read through him. So we have the Heat Vision Sweep, which is now called the signature ability rather than the active ability. It is a change that occurred at the same time as when they changed it so that a whole bunch of our allies will now be staying with us for longer and doing their main ability, which is now the signature ability, twice. So they do it when they first arrive and they do it before they leave, which is kind of cool. It says, floats in the air and fires a heat vision cone while spinning around twice before landing and releasing the rest of the pent-up energy in an explosion from himself. Power interaction is burns enemy, very handy, I play fire. Makes them vulnerable to burning effects, also handy, very nice. The first passive is called Rebel Rage. It says, getting your health changed 3 times grants stacks of might and precision buffs up to a maximum number of stacks. Not bad, especially if you do have a healer in your group. You'll be dropping and raising your health quite frequently with that, so very nice. And on a fire tank build, I will be dropping in and raising my health quite a lot as well, so that'll happen frequently. Then there's also the second passive called Crypto's Aid. Using a supply drop trinket calls down Crypto to aid the player, giving a defense buff upon entering. Very nice. Could be good for a tank. While active, Crypto will attack enemies, reduce their damage using his super bark, and attempt to rally one player who is knocked out. Cannot be used in PvP, which is standard. Use ally favor and alliances to increase their affinity level. Awesome. Hello, Smartest. Smartest says, what, live this late? I'm surprised. Well, for me, this is not late. For me, this is 5 p.m. Almost 5 p.m. So this is a normal time for me. But normally what I would be doing this time is editing a video that I had recorded earlier today. I can't do that because I did not record earlier today. I was not feeling the best, so I went live with it instead so that it wouldn't run even further behind than it is. We're going to collect Superboy. We're going to chuck him, well, place. We won't chuck him, that would be mean, but we'll place him in that first slot there. Where are you, Superboy? Did I pass him? Because all of my other ones are leveled all the way. Oh, he's here. Wait. Why is he leveled to 5? That feels like a glitch to me, because surely they wouldn't give us one leveled up to 5 to start with, would they? Because I assumed the whole point of changing the payment system for these so that every single one of them requires all 3 types of alliance pieces is that we pay for them in some way. Did it automatically level him as far as it possibly could based on what's in my inventory? It couldn't. I didn't have alliances in my inventory. I'm so confused. But we're going to equip him in the first slot there, and then we're going to try him out. I'm so confused why that happened. It seems like a glitch to me. As far as I know, nothing was said about him getting leveled that high, right? Where's the event tab? Okay, let's just go and read. Because, no, see, we can't access it anymore because I just claimed it all. That feels like it shouldn't have happened to me. And it definitely wasn't based off of what's in my inventory, because you can see here my alliances are stored in the shared bank, not in my main inventory. So I honestly have no idea why that happened. Let's go and test him out. We don't want archive, we want over this side. Training room, please. Thank you. Let's see how long he hangs around, shall we? Come and play, Superboy. Now, I'm not the kind of person who normally pays attention to all of the stats and things. Because you could kind of garner what is and isn't happening through the gameplay. I can't. Oh, there we go. Whirling Dervish. Beautiful. He does hang around. He's doing some ice breath there. Very nice. Yeah, but I can usually garner what is and is not working just from the gameplay and watching it. I don't pay attention to it, like little different changes in the stats between different things. But I also normally test it in actual gameplay and not in the training room. But this is a nice, safe way to ensure we get to see all of his moves. And he's doing all right. He's punching, he's doing heat vision, and he did ice breath as well, which is kind of cool. Thank you, Superboy! Ah, that was all right. I didn't mind that. I am curious how he's going to measure up against Crypto. Smartest said, I think he does come 5 stars. Well, I mean, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just surprised. That is kind of cool if that is actually how it's supposed to happen, because as far as I know, that didn't happen with John Constantine, right? Where is Constantine? I wouldn't have leveled him on this one. No. So he came down at level 1, which is what I would have expected for this. But I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. That's pretty awesome. The health one is one that I can't really show off when we're playing right here, because obviously they're not going to attack me to let me know what's going on with my health bar. So that won't be really, really beneficial to look at. But I will say I do like calling him out. I do think this is one where I might have to start playing around and watching the stats a bit closely, because compared to Crypto, it does seem like he might be a bit better. Ally duration currently 40%, damage 175%. Duration is still 40 seconds on you. I'm curious to see how he goes, but I will say the leveling is currently looking a little more expensive. I used to love to put Crypto in because he was good damage output, great directional damage, he always hit the one target, and he's cheap to level. But he's no longer cheap to level, even though he's rare level now. To level him still costs all 3. So I don't know. I don't like that change particularly. I do understand it for things like here, where we've got Professor Zoom, The Flash, and Cyborg. All of them have had an increase in the amount of abilities they have, and the payment to get them leveled has also increased. You can see over there that they cost rare, and I've forgotten what the pink one is, and legendary alliance pieces now, but they did add an ability to them in order to do that. Personally, I don't really like that they've added an extra ability and increased the price on those, because now Flash and Zoom and Cyborg all cost the same amount from Marketplace and to level as all of the other legendary allies. And it was nice to have some that you could pay a little less for and still get an ally that was helpful. Now people who aren't willing to put as much potentially actual life, real life money into the game are at a detriment because they can't afford these allies now. So I'll show you what I mean. Over in the marketplace, there's currently a sale. Go to the side cursor. There we go. In the allies section. But you can see I have a membership, which is mine. Why mine is 1,800. Most people will have this at 2,000 if they don't have a membership. But you can see here Zoom, who used to be much, much cheaper. I think he was 500 maybe, is now the same price as other allies that were originally legendary. So I think they've kind of eliminated the whatever the pink alliance token is called, that level, which actually we can look at it here, epic. So they've eliminated any that are actually epic level, at least in the marketplace. As far as I know, that's the same for when we go over to Cyborg and try to purchase them individually as well. But the price of them going up for an ability that I don't know people were really asking for is a little bit sad for me. Together. I liked that there was some people could afford to buy because they were a little bit cheaper, and now everything's the same price except these four. See, so you can see these guys are the same price here as well. It's a little bit sad to see, but yeah, we can have a look at what their extra abilities are. Some of them will become relevant to me. I don't know how many will be relevant to you guys, but let's go and have a look at those. So allies, we're going to look at first, whichever one comes up first, Cyborg here. So we'll preview. I already have Cyborg. But he's got his signature ability, so this means he comes out, he casts his ability, he hangs around for a while attacking, and then he casts it again before he leaves. This is the case for a good chunk of the allies already, but it does seem like it's going to be a permanent change for all of the allies at some point. I can list you which ones that do currently have that change. But I will do so after we've gone through these. So Cyborg's signature ability is launches a repeatedly exploding projectile towards a target, damaging enemies in its radius as it passes by. Then he's got All Your Base, a passive, the first one. Boosts power regen when a base generator cell is above 50. That's very familiar. I do wish they had have changed it a little bit since we now have to pay more to get it leveled. But I mean, people do find that one quite handy on a couple of characters where I have had power issues in the past. That one has been very handy. So, it's all right. His third ability that is passive and has been added is specifically for a controller role. It says using a shield ability summons an energizing Titan's drone that consecutively releases power restoring pulses for you and your allies. And then it's got the same information as usual, cannot be used in PvP, need to level with ally favor and alliance tokens. So I do think that that's an interesting one to add. I don't know if people were really asking for it, and I don't know that people are happy about having these extra abilities on allies that we previously already had. The only people who I think are really happy about it is people who already have these allies and already spent to level them, and now everyone else has to pay more to level them to the same level as me. I personally, though, am not happy about it. I like things that benefit everybody. I feel like this is a little bit detrimental, but hopefully the abilities are actually going to be useful for some people, even though for me, I would rather have not seen them do this and would rather have seen these abilities get added in, for example, another ally or another few allies later on. So, yeah, it does seem like the epic allies are just gone at this stage. We have the rare and the legendary, and the rare ones cost all the way up to legendary to unlock anyway, which kind of sucks. So this is Professor Zoom. His signature ability is Whirligig, creates a vortex near a target, pulling in and damaging nearby enemies. Now this is what I use him for, which is Hotfoot. It increases movement speed, increases different between when in and out of combat. This, I believe, has been added as well, because previously this wasn't here. While in combat, pull abilities grant bonus supercharge. As far as I know, that's extra. When I have been using Professor Zoom for his passive, which is this one here, I don't remember the pull being a thing. And I pull quite a bit because I play tank, and I play damage the majority of the time, but tank I play almost as much. So I do find that to be interesting, but again, I don't think I really enjoy that they've made it so that it's more expensive to level them and made them legendary instead of rare now. And also, what I said earlier, we're paying legendary and rare tokens on just the, legendary and epic tokens on just the rare allies like Crypto. Crypto, you can't just level him with blue now. You need all three. So, that's a little sad. His third passive that's been added is called Malicious Marathon. Movement mode attacks grant stacks of might and precision buffs up to a maximum number of stacks. And again, cannot be used in PvP, need ally favor and alliance tokens. So, yeah, I that one I don't know that I'll use very much. But that's fine. Hopefully some people do find these useful, right? If they've added them in, hopefully some people are like, oh yes, great, I will love that. But frankly, I think the majority of people at this stage aren't really happy about it. But we'll see how we go. I mean, different people have different reactions and use different things for sure. Ally Flash. I also have this one. I don't use him very often, but it's been for his passive. His signature ability, Tilt a Whirl, creates a tornado cone to damage enemies with a chance to knock down non-bosses. Walk It Off, the one that I was using a supercharge ability restores a portion of the supercharge used, reduce the delay between combat and normal fast travel movement speed. I do believe that has altered because I don't remember a supercharge being relevant to it when I was utilizing it earlier. It simply did the second half, which is reducing the delay between combat and fast travel movement speeds. But I mean, that one doesn't affect me too heavily. I'm hoping it doesn't negatively affect a lot of people who might have leveled him only for that, but we'll see how we go. His third passive that has been added is specifically for the healer role. It says, using a group heal ability grants supercharge to you and healed group members. So this one I actually do think I will use, because I do have healer characters where this would be a little bit helpful. But saying that, there are allies that I think I would prefer to have over this one because he now costs more. So because his leveling is the same as any of the others now, and I need to have all of the different alliance tokens to do it, it's a little less worth it than some of the other allies that I have been using for my healers. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I'll just go to the chat. I saw a couple of things coming through. Oh, hello, Carlos. Carlos said, how are you? I am good, but also, as my mum said, cold. I'm cold too. My mum said it's really cold here in Australia. I think I need new slippers, warmer ones. I have slippers that my mum gave me, and they are so good. The platform on the bottom of them is so thick, keeps my feet far away from the floor, and I get to stay quite a bit warmer, which is nice. Smarter says, wish I got them when they were still cheap. Exactly, right? If I was able to get on before this actually popped into the game and let you guys know what was happening. I did mention it in my last live stream, but my last live stream isn't one people watch for information. It's one where we're playing the content together, and that's what it's called. People don't know that I've addressed it in that, which is why I try to do it separately, but I just didn't have time. So, but yeah, I would have advised people, get crypto, level him all the way ASAP, and any other allies that you want to level quickly, do it now, like particularly Zoom, Cyborg, and Flash, because they're about to be more expensive. And I'm interested to see if they're just going to eliminate the rare ones altogether.
These
I
are
think it's
folks
weird
from
how they're
all
called
across
rare,
the
right?
multiverse.
Because they're not
Boggles the
rare.
mind.
They're like the basic one, and then epic and legendary. It should be like normal, and then that one rare, and then this one epic. I don't know. Seems weird. But down the bottom here, you can see that we've got a few that cost 20 at the moment, right? I'm a little concerned that because Calculator Bot and Oracle are the only two that we receive kind of free early on and then have to level, that potentially they're going to mess with the Crypto and the Legends Bot ally even further than they already have. This is me guessing and speculating. I have no proof of this, but it does seem like a lot of the changes that they put into the game are to have two particular outcomes. One is to keep us in the game for longer, and one is to cause us to pay. And we have to pay more if these cost more to level, whether we're paying actual life money or we're paying by playing more of the game to get the items that we need to do it. Either way, they get that benefit from it. So I do hope that they keep Calculator and Oracle the way they've got them, since they're the ones we originally get when we play the game and when we go in and get our free one handed to us. I also hope they keep the Crypto ally and the House of Legends bot ally the same as well, but I don't have high hopes. I'm a little nervous about that. Because if they've completely eliminated the epic level of allies, are they going to do the same with the rare level? I don't know. Also, this is not exactly relevant to everything, but just in case people wanted to know, if you do start this game from scratch and you play through the normal storyline and everything before you get up to Cyborg to be able to play the ally mission, you do not receive ally favor now in drops from normal gameplay at the beginning episodes. So when you get up to Cyborg and you receive your first ally, not only can you not level them because you won't have the allegiance tokens to level them, to level them the first one, you need one rare, one epic, and one legendary, no matter which ally you get. Every single ally requires that for the first level now, one of each. But you also will not have any ally favor accumulated yet. So even if you had the alliance tokens, no ally favor accumulates from that. So that's mildly frustrating. If you have multiple characters already and you already accumulated ally favor, you're fine. But from someone starting brand new, I tested it, you don't receive ally favor. So that's a little frustrating as well. It's like you're given an ally and then they're like, yeah, but you can't really level it. So, not the best. Oh, my mum said, I love bargains. I also love bargains. John said, bro, I haven't played this game in years. What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, this game has existed for a very long time. There's a lot of people who have played it in the past and come back to it, particularly just recently. But yeah, there's definitely people who have stopped and come to my videos and are like, what are you doing? This game is so old. Yes, but it's addictive. Very, very addictive. I can't help myself. All right, let's go through that list. So I have the list here of all the allies that have currently been changed so that they have their extra ability to, basically the signature ability. So hang on, I'll show you on an ally so you at least can see what I'm talking about. So let's go to our newest Superboy one here. You can see that he's got the first ability there on his left-hand side says signature ability rather than active ability. Any that have signature ability written on them means that they have had it unlocked so that they will activate the ability, stay in combat with you for a while, and then activate the ability again before leaving. I do think there's some where they have actually changed the name to signature ability on them, in spite of the fact that they have not been adjusted so that they stay long yet, but the plan is that all of them will. So let's go through them. The first wave of updated allies who will do the signature ability correctly at this point: Batman, Black Adam, Blue Beetle, Calculator Bot, Cyborg, Future Lex Luthor, General Zod, House of Legends Bot, John Constantine, John Stewart, Crypto, Nubia, Oracle, Professor Zoom, Shazam, Static, Superman, Tikal, Flash, and Wonder Woman. So if you have other allies that you're utilizing really frequently who haven't had the change yet and they are not on that list, that's okay. They are planning to change it at some point. But it does kind of mean that people who have those ones as their main allies, who are using them for their signature ability, have a little bit of an advantage over people who are using allies that don't have the update yet. I don't think there are many of us because Crypto does seem to be the favorite. At least it has been up until this point, so a lot of people will be able to at least utilize him. But I am like a little bit concerned about whether or not he's going to be utilized the way that he is anymore, because now, even though he's rare, it just means that he only goes up to level 5. To level him, it does require all 3 of the Alliance tokens, which I really dislike that very much. So, yeah, I think that's everything I was going to cover. We've covered Superboy. We have covered the cross-faction grouping. You can absolutely do it. They did have a list of ones that you cannot do it in. Let me find that for you guys as well so that you know. So it says introducing cross-faction groups. Note, cross-faction grouping will not be available in the following faction-specific open world zones. So you know how sometimes you'll go to an open world and you will end up going to a different location when you play on a villain and have a different list of missions compared to the heroes? That is the ones they're talking about. So we've got Strikers Island Lockdown. We've got Central City DLC 2, Central City DLC 7, Flash Museum, and Themyscira Command Post. So all of those ones currently you cannot work with your cross-faction grouping. But it looks like everything else does function with it, which is really, really nice. Yeah, I think I remember when I was watching Meta Knight, because she originally released the information on this, because she is now, I think, like the only person in the Creator League, so she knows all before us all. She was saying that she wasn't a big fan of some of the changes that they had made to our allies, because this game is very expensive, right? It's very expensive if you want to level things up and if you want to play. And I mean, there's ways to do it free, because I have a free-to-play account, you can get through it, but it is a lot more work. But yeah, I'm kind of with Meta Knight. I do not like that they have changed the way that we have to level our allies. I don't really like the change to Cyborg, Flash, and Zoom. I think that those particular extra abilities could have been put in different allies, and we could have kept them the way we've had them up until this point, so we do actually have rare allies, epic allies, and legendary allies, but now, I mean, they're called legendary allies as well. And I don't think it makes sense because now the rare allies, you need to have legendary tokens to level them. Okay, I'm calm. Yeah, Smartest said, ally favor is hard to get as is. Absolutely it is. They've made it a lot more difficult. It doesn't drop in capsules anymore either. It used to be dropping every time we'd open a capsule. I believe that's been removed. And now in the opening missions when you first start gameplay, you don't get ally favor dropping in that either. So yeah, unfortunately, if anyone plans to come back to the game and the last time they played was before allies were introduced, you're going to be starting from scratch with your ally favor, and it takes a little while to accumulate to be able to level your characters up. So even if you can get all of these pieces that you need, you may not have enough ally favor for it. And I have never, ever before had to purchase ally favor from Fate. But you can, right there. But I did recently because of that reason. Because we don't get it dropping as much as we used to. It's a little frustrating if I'm being honest. So, yeah, it's interesting because every time they change something, it seems like Multiverse says, right? Monkey's Paw. They're giving us something, but also it's not exactly what we wanted. Or there's a stipulation, or there's going to be something that we don't like about it. And that seems to be the case with this. So, yeah, I don't know. We're going to summon Superboy just so we can see him hang out with us. He does look kind of cool. I'm pretty happy with this ally. And the fact that he's meant to be, if he is meant to be immediately leveled to 5, that is pretty cool too.
Wish we could just goof off and play games.
I agree! Can we goof off and play a game? I'm literally goofing off and playing a game right now, just saying. But yeah, I don't know. I do hope that this is how it's meant to be, right? So just in case anyone joined after I already said it, when I purchased the ally, he came fully leveled to level 5. I shouldn't say fully leveled. He came leveled to number 5, which surprised me because Constantine wasn't, right? We've done Constantine. He was not leveled. But Superboy is leveled to 5 straight away. I mean, I'm okay with that. I don't mind that. Even there, look, you can see my ally favor. I don't have enough to level him to level 6, even if I have all of the tokens. I'm like 1,000 and something short. So, yeah. Ally favor is not fun to accumulate anymore, if I'm being honest. It's just a little frustrating. Anyway, that is everything that I had planned to cover. I am very, very sorry that I did not do it in a video the way that I normally do. I've had a very busy week and I was quite unwell this morning. Still not feeling 100%, but I feel better than I did. So yeah, I'm so sorry guys, because normally I bring up like all the text and everything that has been given to us by the developers, and that's not something I can do if I'm doing it live. Also, Future Laura is usually there when I'm not live, so you know, apparently that's really fun for you guys. Smartest said cross-faction grouping is a thing they did fuse the looking for group. They fused the looking for group? I don't know what that means. Oh, my looking for group chat is gone. Did they remove the looking for group? They couldn't have. No. Okay, hang on. Let's go have a fiddle around. Options, setting. Let's look for chat. Chat options. And then there should be like a bunch that we can bring up, right? I can't remember how to do it. It's been so long. We've got chat tabs. I want a chat tab. Join or create custom channel? No. We could join. No, not what I want. Do you guys, I'm so sorry. It's been a little while since I've had to do this. I don't remember how to look up what information I can put in each tab, but it looks like my chat tabs are now default combat and loot. I used to also have LFG. It's disappeared! I don't know. That's odd to me. I'm going to have to fiddle around with that. Smartest said, only thing I purchased from Fate is the seals. Yeah, see, up until this point, I've been very restrictive with what I purchase from Fate. I will say one of the things I tend to purchase that other people tend not to is the quarks. So, because I sometimes create a video where I need to purchase 1 or 2 items to make an entire set of armor from capsules, because I'm doing older capsules, I will purchase quarks from here. But otherwise, I'm very, very restrictive on what I purchase there, because like if I open capsules and I missed out on 1 or 2 pieces of armor on those capsules and I want to showcase it for you guys, I need to come here and get it from Booster.
Gold approved and endorsed.
Or I suppose there's also a chance I could get it from the broker, but honestly, it's expensive from the broker. I'd rather just do it from Booster. So yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. Smartest said, you're right, Shadow. I just realized they keep doing that. Give us something pretty nice and then give us something we hate at the same time. Yeah, and if you notice, whatever thing it is that we hate about it is usually going to do one of two things. It's going to cause us to pay money, or it's going to cause us longer time in the game. Seems like they're the two goals. And I mean, if it keeps working for them, they'll probably keep doing it, because their numbers and what we like is two completely different things. If we do spend time in the game to get them, or we do pay our real life money into the game to get them, like I just did today, they'll probably keep doing it, which is unfortunate. But I mean, there has to be a point at which we don't want to do it, right? I'm sure there's some point where something will come into the game and all of us will be like, are you kidding me right now? And we don't pay it. But yeah, I will say, because I make videos about this so that I can show you guys stuff, I am more inclined to put the money into the game to show you, so that you guys don't do it and you guys know what's coming. But this is also where I put my fun money. So if I'm going to do something fun, it's play DC. I don't go anywhere. I don't buy anything. I'm very boring. So I don't mind spending in this game for the purposes of being able to show you guys and for my own enjoyment, because I know I'm addicted. I'm addicted to this game. Also, this guy is totally purple. I love it. Very, very nice. He does look cool. He probably doesn't know he's on a live stream right now. But I approve. Purple is great. So, yeah, hopefully I covered everything that was necessary. We definitely covered cross-faction grouping. We've covered the Superboy ally. Oh, and he got a breakthrough! Well done, sir! And, yeah, we've covered the changes with the allies, which, you know, very mixed feelings on those. But I am curious what people think. So anyone who does watch this later, if you'd like to voice your opinion, because I really would like to know how many people love and hate the new ally changes. Very, very curious. Smartest says, they're lucky I invested a lot of time and money to drop it. Guess I'm really here till the wheels fall off. Right? We've got, that's that thing, right, where, what is it, pay cost fallacy, where you've put enough time and effort into something, you feel like you can't walk away. So I have also, I am experiencing that right now with this game, and I haven't been playing it for as long as a lot of people. But yes. Oh no, it's sunk cost fallacy, I think. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but yeah, I'm with you. I'm here till the wheels fall off as well. So guys, I hope you have a really good day or night or whatever time of the day you're up to. And hopefully this was helpful. I do just want to apologize again for how late it is and the fact that it is a live stream instead of a video. I much prefer to do a video on things like this, but thank you so much for being here, and have a lovely whatever time of day you're up to, guys. Have